These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A little juke, and now running right through it. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Shipped together here from the D-line. Now Wilson on first down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, They remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Ebron caught left side. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Levante David coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Second down, Wilson. James has got it, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Third down now following the completed pass. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Play action. Now Wilson. Looking deep for Demarius. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Wilson. And this one's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's second down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And now it's second and goal. This is Ajayi. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it third and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. Third and goal from the 2. Now it's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
After the interception, here's Taylor. To the right side to Eric Ebron. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. He's at the 30, 10, for touchdown, Philadelphia. Eric Ebron, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
On second down, here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And he'll give it here to his running back. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin. Third down and 3. Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. Flushed it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Dawson's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And hauled in here by Richard Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Ajayi. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. again with Ajayi. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. On second down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tank Carradine in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. To throw on second down, Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They go play action here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Demaryius Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A gain of 3, second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Now Taylor, eluding the pressure right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he's brought down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Eric Ebron with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Rodgers brings it in. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escapes this, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dalvin Tomlinson coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Lavonte David in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Throwing is Wilson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time, and that'll bring up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half, of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And they get this time to the tailback. And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They find some open field here. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle. But if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed. Plenty of open field to get after that.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock. It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 17-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2. Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. How many plays do you script coming out of the second half? Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy. And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Now Wilson on first down. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Play action. It's Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On second down, Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Allison, complete. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. From the gun, Wilson. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run with Ajayi. Sheds off the tackle. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Here's Ajayi. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Jay Ajayi, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd 2nd and 6.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Returnable for Thomas. Look at the dance and the juke. Now he opts for the spin. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On 1st down, Wilson. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his RAC, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And out and out come the Eagles. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 1st and goal here from the 9.
Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he's probably throwing here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they'll go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And Dawson's kick is good. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Tank Carradine in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Over the middle, open is Thomas. That one goes for 24 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And now a first down following that long gain. Here's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jay Ajayi with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run it now out of the gun. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A fumble lost last week. Now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
Because you know he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble machine.
It is a label that is hard to shed, and that just means teams come after you even more, ripping and raking at the football when you're carrying it.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. All right, so now then, the field goal puts you back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if this is not an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, you still got the 2 timeouts, but I think you're right. I think you roll the dice right here.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Eagles on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 4th now in Minneapolis. And the Vikings have scored, swinging back in front. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Throwing now is Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Philadelphia, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everybody.